Something else we talked about with this deck. If you wanted to cut some of the cuter interactions, which would be Mastermind first, and then you start sideboarding things like the second bridge, although I like double bridge main, then you can start to put things like Chalice into the main. And you put it in because you have a way to tutor for it. The Trinket Mage ties, thanks to the Ether Mage, the Trinket Mage ties the deck to all of these one-ofs in the board. But, that being said, this hand is nuts. Keep. Oh my sweet lord. I know we can't cast the Adept just yet, but like, Relic is really solid. Unless he has the nuts. But he might not have the nuts. No, don't take my Relic. Yeah, Josh says keep, we have Relic. I agree. What was the Terminator remix song, says Crack? You can find it actually on YouTube. It's by, jeez. There's a guy who does, like, metal covers. He's really cool. Like, metal remix covers. Aetherfile, okay. Obviously, we don't want to cut our Relic off of mana. Relic, does he scoop? No, the deck does not scoop to Relic. The deck is also a breach deck. That's why bridge is necessary. A lot of people are like, no, like Griselbrand, you just beat with things like Relic and Surgical. Like, no, you don't. You need inevitability. That's where the bridge comes in. Obviously, I'm not going to necessarily slam bridge just yet, but it's coming. Night's Whisper. This might be like a Thoughtseize or an Inquisition. Shoot. He'll take the bridge for sure. No, they don't scoop to bridge. The deck does also have a combo kill. The deck can kill without needing to attack, but it's certainly... Harbinge? Are you kidding me? That's solid. Okay. We can play the Silvergill. Although that means I'm revealing the Harbinger. Hold up. Okay. When you think about this logically, if I reveal Harbinger, he will not go for it. Because it'll bounce the creature. Seriously, if I reveal Harbinger, he might not go for it. We might just want to attack with Mutavault, say go. Or hold up counter. Like, he hasn't seen... We could have just topped a counterspell, and that would make me not want to... that would make me not want to attack with Mutavault. I just want to sit on my counterspell. When did they breach? Attack with the Mutus Conspiracy? No, I kind of want to just make it seem like we need this file to get to 2 for us to Harbinge. Overmatch says he's not paying attention. What? Yes, I know he can kill through bounces and kill spells, Sven. I know he can. Yeah, let's just represent tricks. Let's represent tricks. We're 1 mana away from doing the Harbinger. Night's Whisper. Dude says put him to 14. It's relevant. He's on 14 now. Okay. Now we feel a little safer. Glenn the draw. And again, if he doesn't do it, we can just Violent Adept. We're not spending our turn doing nothing. That's why the Aether Vial is so sweet in this deck. Trust me. Here's another thing. I can represent spells we don't have by shocking this, shocking ourselves with the Steam Vents. I kind of like representing something. Say go. This keeps pace with what I did last turn. Like, this literally said, like, this, in my opponent's mind, we're keeping up with what I did last turn. Last turn, just representing blue mana. This turn, I'm like, crap, Unless I shock myself, I can't keep this counterspell going. See, and now he's going for the Inquisition even though he might not have needed to. He'll think we have Cryptics dissevered. See, but now he's hand-checking us. Now, he would have hand-checked us regardless, but he's hand-checking us now because he has to see. I think what I want to do is not Silvergill in response, just let him have it. He's going to go after the Harbinger. Let's kind of move my hand around a little bit. Yeah, he'll go for the Harbinger. He'll go for the Harbinger, and then if he goes for it, we either vial in the Adept, and then we have access to maybe another spell. Play both your guys, says Kaka. Then he just goes for it. XSV says Fish doesn't run Cryptic. We're not. He knows we're not Fish, XSV. He played us last game and saw some of our wizards, dude. He knows we're not Fish. You like just playing both? So you like just filing in and looking at the options and then putting in the Harbinger? Yeah, we already named Wizards on Cavern. We have not named Merfolk. Might as well jam, says Locorn. I like just let it resolve. Yeah, I mean, me too, because like the thing is we can Silvergill into another Harbinger, guys. Like, we could literally draw another Harbinger off the top. We could Silvergill into the nuts if we don't play our threats in response to the Inquisition. Just let him have it. It's fine. If he goes for it, we can draw with Silvergill, because the odds are he takes the Harbinger. Yeah. I think Patches and Overmaster are on the right train of thought here. Like, he'll take Harbinger, but we can Adept, if he goes for it, in response, get something useful. Potentially a counterspell, potentially another Harbinger. He went for the Adept. Well, we can still flash in Harbinger. He went after the Adept. That was unexpected. What? What? Wait a minute, wait a minute. What does that mean about his hand? Why would he take Adept? That means we... What does that mean? Does that mean I put in Glenn? Like hardcast Glenn and keep Vial on 2? Maybe he has more discard? Well, maybe I leave Vial on 2 and just hardcast Archmage. Maybe he has more discard. Maybe he's flooding. Means he's nowhere near close to assembling anything. Okay. So maybe we leave the Vial on 2. Just cast the Glen and then keep the Harbinger up on the Vial. I think this is a rare case when I'm not going to take up the Vial and just hardcast. Obviously, we want to play the Delta. Because he didn't see Misty. He saw Delta. XSV says he's going to go for Grizzle. Play Glen, keep Vial on 2. That's the plan. Harbinger beats Breach. Vial and Glen should beat the Graveyard Shenanigans. XSV says he's just going to Brand. If we let him. We're pressuring him in different ways than you're talking about, XSV. We're pressuring him in the form of Counter Magic and Vial, and a flash in Harbinger of the Tides. We are pressuring his deck. He's looting. Okay. We are certainly pressuring his deck. Just not in the ways you described. And this is, I think, the better way to pressure a deck like this. Hardcast Grizzle? I hope not. Glen does potentially beat the Breach. Feels good to be a wizard. I like this deck a lot, guys. Overmaster, we need to play this deck way more. I know we were brewing a lot this week, guys, but this deck is just so much fun to play, even when it loses. It is just, pick it up if you can. Wizards, I'm telling you. I didn't hate the Faithfuls. What was the version we played tonight? Mastermind was actually in the main. We look like this tonight. Minus the Dismember, but we're talking about Dismember. Sage was a great draw. Oh, Sage would be a great draw. Sage would be the nuts draw. Master, MTG. MTG Master. Like, Sage would be the nut draw, because then we have as many negates as we need. WizKids Jr. Okay. What? I can just relic in response. Oh! Okay, hang on. Let's think about this for a sec. So he wants to Goryo's in response to me relicking. That's what he's trying to do. So actually, I think you just let this go. Just let it resolve. Yeah, I think you let this go. Because he's just trying to Goryo's. Patches says exile the art. Goryo's Vengeance is an instant. He's telegraphing Goryo's Vengeance. Just let it go. The problem with letting it go, though, is he gets to maybe grudge the Vial as well. Just let it go, says Patches. I think so, too. Unfortunately, he's going to get to hit Vial as well. Won't he just Goryo's if you let it resolve? I have a Glen in play. It's a very obvious Goryo. I agree. Do you want to keep Vial on 2, or do we want pressure in play? You don't need Vial anymore, really? He'll grudge Vial no matter what. I'm just saying, do we maybe want to put in Harbinger and just get pressure going? Patches says Vial in the Harbinger and start getting the clock going. Oh yeah. If we Vial in Harbinger, we can attack for 6. Chalice of the Void. Chalice on 2 stops. He's got an obvious Goryo's. What if we Chalice on 2? Well, he's got Grudge, though. That seems bad. Well, no. Chalice on 2 stops Flashback Grudge, too. Yeah, Chalice for 2. Chalice for 2 makes it so he can't Grudge. He'll Grudge in response to the Vial, but we get Chalice on 2. And then we also have double Counterspell. It means we don't get in with the Mutavault this turn, but... Chalice on 2 turns off the obvious Goryo's in his hand. XSV says go for Chalice on 1. It's Chalice on 2, guys. Have you played against Griselbrand before? It's Chalice on 2. Stops Night's Whisper, stops the Grudge, stops the Goryo's Vengeance, stops Metamorphose. Play land fetch first. That's what I'm doing, Patches. I mean, maybe we want to attack first. Yeah, let's do it now. So we have double negate. That one of attack first is Tatagio. He'll Metamorphose in response. Oh, he's Is It Charming? Huh. Okay. You're fine, Patches. This might mean